Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're Callum and Tash and we live full-time in our DIY van conversion.
And this is the first in a series of 6 videos where we ask 12 van lifers different questions and then we share the answers with you. And in this first video, we asked van lifers, what is your biggest DIY van build mistake? And stick around to the end where we'll share with you our biggest mistake.
Probably the bed.
100%.
For me it was absolutely fine because I'm quite short. I'm like 5'3", but Jake's 6'1", and sleeping crossways, which is how we had our bed originally, wasn't that good for Jake, was it?
No, we've remedied it now. We've made a little pull-out system, but we should have done it in the get-go because I spent a year like that.
Yeah, well, or that, or laying like diagonally across the whole bed while I was in the corner, but we fixed it now and it's perfect. We love it, don't we?
Yeah.
This, we don't really need that long, 2-meter long countertop because it's too big. But we can bring it down by 1.5 meter or 1.4 meter long. No, that's all we need. Opens up the van. At the moment, it feels a bit small. That's what I would say.
Biggest deal I take, being lazy with my floor, so I reused the old floor in my van because I thought, oh, it's all pre-cut, but actually it's 18mm birch ply and it's super heavy, so I wish I had gone for something a bit lighter than just reusing the old wood because it was easier at the time.
Starting to do our drawers.
We tried to build our own
ourselves.
drawers.
Yeah.
Tried to build our own drawers. We wish we just bought some drawers that would
Yeah.
fit the space.
It's been 2 months and they're still pending completion. There's only 1 out of the 5 that is straight.
Ooh, so in our first build we put in a massively thick like OSB floor, which was like, how thick was it? Like 18mm thick. So it was like 80 kilograms when we took it out. Like we weighed it and it was like 80 kilos of floor.
I'd agree with you on that. That's probably
that's a rookie mistake, but we thought it would be structural and it was.
use battens and thin ply.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Biggest DIY mistake, it'll probably be putting in the diesel heater. I put it in under the bed and then I moved the bed and then this heater was just in the middle of the floor. So I took that out and I still don't have heating. So I had an idea of putting it under the seat, so I had the front seat out and then I couldn't fit the heater that I had under the seat. I've got to get a smaller heater. So I've got ducting for it, but it goes nowhere. There's no heating and winter is coming.
My biggest DIY mistake was definitely this bit because in measuring this part to the top, basically this whole wall is on a slant outwards, so where the chairs are. So this wall, the door is flush, but this is completely on a slant, and it's, yeah, adorable though.
I think the biggest DIY mistake is this bench, because we built most of it based on speed. I just wanted to do it in 2 months, and the height of the lip at the back is just enough to stab you in the back. So unless I cover it in cushions and bring the duvet over it, it's really uncomfortable.
I don't know, because I have thought about it in terms of the build and what I wanted to do. I sort of thought quite long and hard about it, so I don't want to be big-headed and say that there actually isn't any. But if anything, it was probably not doing a table properly. So this is actually now in its 2nd or 3rd design because I haven't actually properly done a table. So that's probably my biggest DIY mistake.
Everything was done twice, everything was redone. Actually the biggest one would be the bed. When we built the bed it was terrible. We could every time I made it I broke a nail. So yeah, it's a new bed in now, so the bed was the worst.
Bed really.
Well, it's probably putting the air conditioner the wrong way, so it faces our bed and it makes the bed really cold, and the rest of the van is still warm, so it just keeps cycling cold air around our bed and you wake up freezing cold.
It is really freezing there, and he's complaining after that because he'll be on his computer and he'll be really hot there, but I'll be like, ugh.
Yeah, that is probably the biggest mistake. Yeah.
I don't think we've got one. No? No? Okay, you won't be in that video then.
And our biggest DIY van build mistake was the fan. So we had real problems fitting it to start with, like it kept on leaking and we were just making a complete mess of it, weren't we?
So what happened was, when we were fixing it to the roof with screws with the wood underneath, there was one screw where we sort of like wore away the head and it sort of was in halfway, and I was thinking, oh, you know what, maybe we could just like put some of that silicone adhesive around it and, you know, keep it watertight and it would be absolutely fine. No, it wasn't fine. So I think we did that 3 times where we just kept silicone in it to see, you know, if we could just seal it that way. It was having none of it, we kept leaking, so we decided to rip it up, and then we got some mole grips, and in the end we did get out the screw. And then what I found in there as well was in one of the holes was a drill bit that I'd broken off and apparently just left in there, and I thought that was a good idea. So yeah, took it all out, redid it again, fixed it all down, fixed. Yeah. Do your fan properly, otherwise you'll have leaks.